There are many videos on YouTube that say, where people say, manifest this or that in 24 hours or a week's time or a month's time. I'm not here to say that they are wrong or false in any which way, but it is important to point out what they are saying is coming from their interpretation, is coming from their experience. And sometimes these people pick up some information, a piece of some information or knowledge, recycle it and present it to you. What I'm going to say, is it something path breaking? I don't know, but it's definitely not cut, copy, paste. It's coming from something that I have observed, from something that I have learned over the years. I have been like a vacuum cleaner for knowledge, try to suck in all the knowledge that I get from everywhere. And it also comes to an extent from my experience. Man suffers from too much thought, wishes, fears. So visualize what is happening inside. But before you visualize, remember that phrase? Wherever attention goes, energy flows. When you're listening to a teacher, all the energy is flowing between you two. Then you are not thinking of anything else. When you're looking at watching a movie, then all your attention is there, and the energy exchange is only between two mediums. The example of teacher wasn't the right one, because sometimes we get distracted, and that happens more than sometimes, and it happens because of various different reasons. But mostly when you're talking to somebody, it's the energy exchange between you two. Or is it just very stylish to say that there is energy exchange? Of course not. Put your palm before your mouth when you speak, and you will feel that there is this energy, sound energy, that is flowing between two people. So that's that, right? So imagine what must be happening. We are thinking about so many different things. We are aspiring for things. We are wishing for things. We are fearing things. And all the cumulative energy that we have in form of our pranic energy or life force, it gets dissipated in all various different directions. It doesn't get channelized. So it doesn't get channelized into one productive direction. In one productive direction, it is not getting organized. What can be the outcome you would expect from a situation like this? So coming to the point now, coming to the topic, our body is a container. It has all kinds of elements. People who are into esoteric sciences know that it is made up of 5 different elements. And our Vedic science, thankfully, I'm so proud of being an Indian, because not that other people do not know, but our ancestors have written it very articulately and way back. So, So we are container of 5 different elements. We all know that. The earth, fire, water, air, ether, right? What happens when something is working inside you? It can be seen as working under you. All these elements are your employees, and the employer or the boss sits where your third eye is. It's overseeing all elements. And what happens when we are talking about elements? The heaviest of the element would settle at the bottom, and the heaviest of element is earth. So the root chakra, or the lower pelvic region, where the glands are there, they have electricity that can interpret earthly things, or it is connected to sense of smell. All good vibrations have good smell. all putrid, rotten stuff talks about something that's stuck. So everything, if we want to employ our earthly element, we have to keep it busy by giving the vibration that we like a form. So if we want abundance or wealth, it's an example. In our life, we have to give abundance or wealth a certain physical form. And that our work would be facilitated when we burn an incense stick. So a physical form has to be created. This is going to employ your earthly element. Then whatever has an earthly form or a solid form can be seen. It is visible. So that visibility sense is captured by our solar plexus or Manipur chakra. That's our the glands in the belly. No, I haven't forgotten the sacral chakra. I'll talk about it in a while. So this gland is capable of interpreting messages that are connected to varying degree of temperature. Just like radar is about capturing information sent in the air and sonar in the water. What about information in form of varying degrees of temperature? That's interpreted by our stomach zone. And why not? It is dealing with a lot of temperature because of hydrochloric acid in our belly for digesting food and killing bacteria. Anyways, so the gut feeling is what we can see without actually seeing sometimes. So once you have employed your root chakra by giving your desires, your wishes a physical form, then you start seeing it, and that's where your solar plexus or your fire element is employed. Then comes, let's talk about sacral chakra or Swadhisthana chakra, which is ruling over the element water. Why? Because the glands there are connected with filtration of liquids in our body. So the electricity that is generated there, it is capable of interpreting everything that's connected to mind. Mind has an innate quality of flowing. It's never stable. It goes in all directions. Water is the element and the sense is taste. Don't we say a certain thing is distasteful? That is, the very thought is making us uncomfortable. So man or mind has to be tamed, has to be employed. And how would we employ mind? By making it speak. Mind cannot be employed without you speaking anything. Because while you're speaking, you're thinking about things that you're speaking. Otherwise, of course, when you're quiet, even for a while, all kinds of things will run through your mind. So the example of teacher and the student I was giving, student is quiet, he may or she may be thinking of whatever, but the teacher is focused because he or she is speaking. So you speak after you've made a physical form of the vibration that you want to connect to, you start speaking to that vibration. How do you do that? Through mantra, spell, or whatever else you want to call it. It's immaterial. Basically, you're speaking to the form that you have created. Now, when you're speaking, your sense of sound is employed. That is Vishuddhi chakra or throat chakra. So that's how 4 senses are employed. What sense is left? Heart chakra. Heart chakra, what does it rule? It rules air. Now air, they say that it is connected to sense of touch, but I find it personally I find it misleading to some extent. What I would like to see it as a connection between sense of feeling. because the air around us would decide what we feel, whether we feel cold or hot or humid or whatever else. So we don't need to touch, right? But we can feel. Even in Reiki, which is all about healing through feeling, right? So you are transferring your pranic energy, your life force, to somebody else who has suffered loss of life force in a certain area portion of that of one's body. So if he or she has wounded his knee and the knee is not working, pranic energy is not flowing there, you will transfer your pranic energy through hands to that person's knee without even needing to touch his or her knee. So feeling. It is called Anhata Chakra. Ahat means heard, An means not, but heart chakra is most abused. I mean, we're all aware of the constricting feeling, the tight feeling that we feel before the tears are going to fall. When our love is not reciprocated, or we are insulted, or we don't feel wanted, we don't feel loved. So basically, even in Reiki, we are not transferring just pranic energy. Pranic energy would just not flow. You have to love the person. You have to love in the sense you want to feel that person. You want that person to be healed. And for that, you need to have an open heart. Miserly people can't give. So all these things are employed in the sense you have created a solid object, not object, that sounds like a wrong word. You have given the object of your desire a certain 3D form. You're talking to that form, and you are genuinely feeling that form is around you. So all your elements are employed this way. So all lines are reaching one destination, or at least trying to. One day your phone will be responded to, so that the boss of that vibration, the owner of that vibration, will shift its focus towards you, and then energy will flow, because energy flows where the attention goes. And when that energy flows, it flows into Agya Chakra, or third eye. And then we are able to discern. And that usually goes for people who feel foggy, clouded. They're not able to make sense of things. They're not able to see their way through an intense fog that's ahead of them. There's so many things. They are not able to see their direction that they should be. Their GPS is not working. So once all these senses are employed, the GPS starts working. And you can get discernment through a flash of idea or image or dream or words that you hear from nowhere. It happens in different way to different